What is going on, guys? CyberGhost here, Team Skunk W. Just want to talk today about some support cards, or the lack of support cards that people use. Support cards are amazing. They get overlooked completely, um, and they can win you a game. I mean, people are so concerned about having, as many units fielded as possible, that they basically think that these things are useless. Let's look at a couple here. Snare Net. This is probably my favorite card in the game. I mean, it's good when you pair it with so many different things. Sand Trooper's one of them. Boba Fett's AoE missile. Grand Moff Tarkin's special ability also an AoE. I mean, it pairs with a whole bunch of stuff. Um, People just ignore it, right? Stun grenade, same thing. Stun grenades for 2 cost. I mean, that could be the difference. Let's say really close match. Tower's almost dead. You have one of their towers. Okay, there's 5 seconds left. They got a group of guys running. You can drop that at the last second and save yourself. That's either a win because they can't attack, or it's a loss because you didn't have a support card, right? Same thing applies for the Pike Trap. Pike Trap, 5.8 seconds. That's a very long time to be stuck in place. And again, that works so well with AoE leader abilities, but people don't use them, and it's silly. They should, man. They should. Because think about it. Look at this deck, for example. Okay, we got 2 support cards. Yeah. I mean, this is pretty self-explanatory. This thing is so strong, and people are starting to use it more, which I'm happy to see. 7 seconds, 40% movement speed, 40% attack speed increase. That's nuts, right? You don't need 5 different units. I have a tank, but I'm talking about like ground units like this. You just need a couple. Adrenal Stim, and they just go ham. They just kill everything. This thing too, so much damage. You pop that down in front of a group of Empire, pop it far enough ahead that they walk through it. Don't drop it on them because they'll just walk out of it if they don't die. Super strong as well, but again, overlooked, right? Now, what people don't realize either, I mean, for the people who realize that this exists and they actually use it, awesome. For the people who play Empire, like myself mostly, who don't realize the Empire got basically just a hard counter to that, Nerve Gas. Nerve Gas, 7.2 seconds, so a little bit longer, although I think this one's... Okay, yeah, so it's 1 level lower. So you get an additional 2 seconds at level 7. Nerve Gas, 7.2 seconds, movement speed 50%, attack speed 50% decrease. So you negate Adrenal Stim completely, and then you gain, or you give them an additional 10% debuff. Slow them right down. The other counter to that, although a little bit more costly, bam, TIE Fighters. 4 cost, that is getting reduced to 3 on the 20th, which is tomorrow. So that'll be a 3 cost. They're putting that in line with the the X-Wings. So it will do less damage to buildings, it will do less damage to leaders and squad, but it will still shred. I don't use it right now, a little too high cost for my deck. And I've got the King Sand Trooper to deal with waves of enemies, as well as this. I mean, you can just grab an entire group of dudes, put them all in a little ball, and then the King, he walks in there and boom, boom, 2 shots, gone. Anyways, oh, so many text messages. Let's look at Empire again, or Rebels one more time. This is another thing. This thing right here, mortar turret. Okay, 5 cost, pretty expensive. Attack range 16. Wait a second, attack range 16. That's a problem. Attack range of a turret 9.5. Well, you can play that card right. If you pay that on like a distraction or even 2v2, that thing will crush a tower if it's left to its own devices. Now, the other thing people don't, well, some people may not realize about the mortar turret, and actually all the turrets really, the distraction that it has on ATSTs, on rocket troopers, is so key. I mean, for a 3 cost, to not get crushed by a rocket trooper, it's pretty sweet. It might give you enough time to just notice that there's a rocket trooper there, you go deal with it. Whether you walk over and kill him, or you drop a low-cost unit on him, because he doesn't care about units, he just wants to kill buildings. Again, overlooked. Rebel Drop Pod. This thing is friggin' hilarious. You can drop this, which I don't particularly agree with, but you can drop this on their mid-turret. If there's already units on mid-turret that the turret's distracted with, if you drop this on their generator, you can just straight hit their generator with full turrets up. Which, I mean, that's a little crazy, I think. I've seen a couple people just straight up dive generators. This as well. People don't use it. Rebels don't. They feel they don't need to. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Let me know if you play support cards, if you don't play support cards, and if you don't, why don't you tell me why you don't? Because I'd love to hear from people. Anyways, guys, have a good night. Take it easy.